Thank you very much. Thank you, Professor Dhiman, Professor Mishra, and Professor Ghoshal, and of course, Professor Sonia, and my dear colleagues and friends. It's a good Sunday morning, and I'm enjoying seeing many colleagues across in Lucknow. First, greetings to all of you on initiating this research day. If you permit, I'll share my screen and try and enjoy my talk along with you. Let's start. India needs clinician hybrids. Well, why? What is a hybrid? Hybrid, please pay attention, is an offspring resulting from crossbreeding. Start from beginning. It's not an add-on feature. There are nearly 30 terms in the dictionary. Hybrid music, which is from beginning, hybrid computers, but there is no term as hybrid clinician. And we sometimes make it like MD, PhD, PhD, MD. But hybrid is an offspring. Let's see something like this. You have both alike, look alike, but see, they have different kinds of faces and they have different kinds of energies. Why such people are required? Normally, convention is for doctors, you go to bedside, you have a problem, you go to the bench, you try and give this problem to a guy who is on the bench. He may or may not have the same enthusiasm, and you get a solution. Conventional journey of medical revolution is this. But what I feel is important is same mind and same hands. Integrate them. Only physician scientists can bridge the increasing gap between basic science discovery and its applications. Remember the late 90s when both Science and Nature published the human genome neck to neck. All these revolutionary thoughts were spearheaded by hybrids. You all remember Craig Venter. He was not a doctor, he was a geneticist, but also was a strong biochemist. Early in his life, he found that he had ADHD and found the genes in his own DNA. And then went on, frustrated with the slow pace in the government of US in this project, he actually made the first draft of human genome. I remember those days very well. In 5 months after the discovery, many US universities started a course called computational biology. Biologists could join a computer science program, and a computer science program could join biology, and they made themselves into a new kind of a group of people to lead. Computational biology still does not exist in India. Hybrids have a different way of looking at the same thing. Mona Lisa from the eyes of Fernando still is Mona Lisa. We are stuck with our MD, MS, DM, MCH, PhDs. To me, this is obsolete. Nobody has asked and prepared a new roadmap for education. We tried sometimes with little efforts. I'll come to it. We are stuck with this. A thesis topic is given by the guide, and the student is to finish it in a year, 2 year, 3 year, 5 year. It kills creativity, it kills your science. This is what will happen. We need to break the Berlin Wall, move forward. This is what I had conceived in 2009 and 10, 11. Restructure the M.B.B.S course. It was 5.5 years. Conventionally, 4.5 is the course and 1 year internship. We proposed core can be reduced to 4 years, half an year of elective. You can go to an engineering college, you can go to an industry while you are in the medical college. In fact, every semester you get X number of hours, 2 months, 2 months, 2 months, and you develop into a different person. And then you go for your internship and learn things. This was the plan after finishing MBBS. That was during, this is after. After MBBS, you do not want to do thesis. Don't be making a fraud. Just do an M.Med. So you an M.Med like a diploma in gynae, an M.Med in ophtho. If you want to do little research, MD. You want to do dual degrees. I want to do an IIT and I want to do a law in this. Okay. You want to do a fellowship after MD of 1 year. Let's say you have done MD medicine, but I also want to do MD medicine plus cardio 1 year fellowship. Or you want to do MD PhD. Or you want to do an MD DM together. All these were proposed as options. I wish we adopt this MD PhD. So once you have done MBBS, you have an option. You can do PhD and MD. And since Dr. Dhiman is right there, I'm just trying to one more time emphasize how hybrids can be made. The whole idea is be unique. Everybody is not a neurosurgeon. He's a neurosurgeon, plus maybe he is a device developer. He is a cardiologist, but he can also make catheters. This is the way I conceive of a hospital building. A hospital building has an outpatient, has an inpatient, and a long corridor to keep patients away. There are labs. Every faculty must have a lab, must have an outpatient, must have to go to IPD. And then there is a college. Now, what will the college people do? They will go here, they will go here, and they will also go here. The central T, the theme is to make a hybrid clinician. Just conceive. Actually, ILBS building is made somewhat like this, but I don't have people with that kind because you need to change the environment. Hybrids can do solving problems much better. I would love to learn some computer science, all machine learning, all digital computing, physics, the basic of flows, pressures, molecular biology, and social sciences. You need to outreach, and I'll come to it. And then only medicine can be a fulfilling branch. True hybrids are wired. They're wired differently. They think, they lies, they work differently. My dream is today, one more time, to say SGPGI can make a difference. Can you spot out the man? Here is the man I worked with, Roberto Grossman. Grossman was a master clinician, a master researcher, and a master physiologist. But above all, he was a gastroenterologist who did 2 years of cardiology. So, a gastroenterologist who spent 2 years in cath lab doing cardiology under Kohn, the world famous, made him a unique guy. And I was very fortunate to work with him. Can you spot out the odd man here? This is what is me in 1988. And this was the worst lady I ever saw. Our guy, she was in charge of the animal lab, and she taught me how to look after from mouse to rabbits to guinea pigs and everyone. Hybrid clinicians, why? I think they adapt, they learn interdisciplinary approaches, as most health problems are social or economic. And as I said earlier, you need physics, chemistry, not biochemistry, chemistry, maths. So here we need people, here we need engineers, because our problems are just not signs, symptoms, and medicines. We need to integrate. You know, all the new papers, you take Lancet, you take JAMA, they have a lay summary so people can. You have an outreach program. Do they have a future? Or all what I'm saying is just hypothetical. Well, don't worry. Learn to be unconventional. Give time for innovations. Even if you give 15 minutes in a given week, you can make a difference. Just the ability to ask questions. Why this guy? How is he breathing? Why is he not falling? How will he actually excrete? All these, and you just start raising questions. Big data, how many of us understand? Oh, we have to go to IIT, we have to go to TCS. Why can't we learn big data? It is the time we must invest, because our future will be certainly precision medicine. I'm not going into the details, but just to tell you the story, we used to have for CML, busulfan and imitinib is the success story. Our P's would be, these are all taken down from my friend Sanal, who is an MD PhD in our institute. He is a unique mind who can read a nature paper and give you synthesis in 15 minutes. So only he tells me that all omics you should learn, Dr. Sarin, and I do spend my time. Hybrid clinicians give you a lot of fulfillment besides being future fulfillment. How many of you know that Yamanaka is an orthopedic surgeon? He became the guy who could make pluripotent cells live, develop, differentiate, called Yamanaka's factors. He got a Nobel in medicine, but he was an orthopedician, and he branched out, spent time in regeneration pluripotency. Why in India MD PhD is failing? Is it worth the time and effort? This is one of the talks I gave. This photograph is also of those days. And when CNR Rao sir was in Hyderabad, and this is the exact question, sir, why you didn't become a medical doctor? I asked, there were about 300-400 people, and all PhDs. I asked, how many of you wanted to become doctors? Everyone raised hands, including CNR. I asked, sir, but why didn't you become? You wanted to become. He says, I got into medical college, but it's 4 long years. I didn't want to waste my time. One more time, we have to make our education better and more productive and not so tedious. Why? By the time you're M.B.B.S, M.D., you're too mature, and your stemness, that hunger, the childlike ability to question goes away. And what is research? It's just a stemness. It's just your pluripotency. So please remember, accept different paths, encourage different thoughts, lateral thinking, but be firm on what you know. Another reason that people who do MD, PhD or may do actually have no career. In the US, they can claim extra pay from funded projects and they can get patent. And also in India, I don't want to make it public, but I think meritocracy has lost on mediocrity. We have to get back meritocracy. India has enough hybrid clinicians. The mind is there, technology is there. We need to catch early. Now, this slide I showed also in PGI Chandigarh. All the students who would be listening will say, sir, where is the time? Patient care, boss आता है कहता है तुमने मरीज नहीं देखा है, get out. तुम्हारे notes ठीक नहीं है, lost, you can't appear in the exam. Poor guy. Patients are shouting. Academics, oh, I have to give my thesis. I have no money. How do I get? तुम जाओ lab में जाके पता करो भाई तुम्हारा क्यों नहीं kit आया. All these are common, but they are only one part of your mind. If your mind is clear, I have to do at least one innovation in my life by which I would be known. Well, start today. Don't be burdened, but unburden yourself. Why? Great Republic of Medicine knows and has never known boundaries. Think we can do and do it. Hybrids like you who have the opportunity are best suited for novel medical research. And I really feel that physician scientists can never become obsolete. I have some suggestions and solutions for promoting the hybrids. Please recognize individual achievements of people. When the students join ILBS, we ask them, "Hey, kya hobby hai?" We don't ask which college you come from. What are your marks? What are your hobbies? He says, I want to do, well, I want to watch movies. All right, when you watch movies, why can't you make some movies? Like that. Of course, encourage students to make and get patents. Well, you can make them chief residents. Achievement based income sharing. This I want to implement one of these days. In 2010, also, I wrote very strongly to the government, and I again want if any faculty member makes a new invention, please half the credit at least give to the scientist clinician. Rest can be divided. These are good things. We have to avoid bad and ugly things. On this research day, I want to tell we started Liver Gyan Awards. Lot of effort was done, but very few entries, just close to 2 digits. These awards are for IITs, for medical institutions to work together to develop products related to liver. But I'm not going to give up. My colleagues are all working to make Liver Gyan Awards better and better. And I do hope SGPGI people may join. Well, in last, I feel and I'm sure SGPGI is a place for cross fertilization. You get the best of the brains. You know, SGPGI is like a jewel. And now your director and your dean and all the people I know are actually exceptionally talented. Please make sure that the talents allow people expression. There is no academic head in an institute. There are only administrative heads. So every student must be allowed to become the best academic head. The younger, the better. For us, research is a religion. Age is no bar. Any age. You said, यार मेरा तो 45 का हो गया अभी तक कुछ नहीं किया अब नहीं होगे research मेरे. Don't worry, age is no bar. Start today. Pick up the shoe you want because today is the best day. You have the first research day and you have best of the intentions of the director. I heard all money, all support. So please make today the best day of the rest of your life. Start and run. The timing for hybrids is hot. 2020 was a year for hybrids. COVID-19. Productive Research Day is my prayer for SGPGI, not only for this year, but for the years to come. This photograph I'm very fond of, I've shown it many times. It tells you two things. One, your vision, and one is your grit. Both are required for having a hybrid, a clinician. Your grit, nobody can defeat me if I don't accept a defeat. And second, where do I want to go? Even in the hot, rough waters, well, I will sail through and I will succeed. With this, a very good wish to all our colleagues and SGPGI, and I would like them to make sure that their students, their colleagues are better than what we are today. The only reflection of a good person is the product is better. I do hope SGPGI will outshine many institutes in the world. And a happy and productive research day and the year ahead. Thank you, Dr. Deeman and Dr. Mishra for inviting me.
Thank you, sir.